Good morning, and welcome to Good Day Dakota on KX News.
Good morning, I'm Amber Schatz.
And I'm Ray Strickland. Thanks for joining us this morning. There's a lot of action on Standing Rock this week. Instead of protesting, it's cleanup. Contractors hired by the Standing Rock Sioux tribe and some volunteers began cleaning up the main camp Monday. This is being done in coordination with camp handsmen and the governor's office, as well as volunteers. Winter isn't over yet, as you can see, and we've already seen record numbers of snow, and areas like Cannonball are a major flood risk. At the height of the No DAPO protests, upwards of 5,000 people were camping there. Although most left, the area could use a detail.
We came out here today from Thunder Valley to help clean up the lands here, the campgrounds. So that way they ain't trashed, or the water that comes through, they don't get into the river. That's our main purpose here.
The crew told us they'll be there again today to continue the cleanup. Those still protesting are not getting kicked out.
The Morton County Sheriff's Department says it will consider removing security wire and jersey barriers in stages from the barricade on the north side of the Backwater Bridge later this week. That's if positive progress toward clearing the camp continues and if protesters do not engage in any criminal activity. Morton County Sheriff Kyle Kirkmeyer says safety of all of those living and involved in the area is still their top priority. He says even though it's a step in the right direction, Highway 1806 will not be completely reopened until rule of law in the area is restored. Happening today, 10 Dakota Access Pipeline protesters will begin trial. Their trial will begin at 9 a.m. and will continue through Wednesday. We will have coverage of it until then.
Lawmakers are at the Capitol as we speak. Here's what's happening today. Committee hearings that will be discussed. House Bill 1263. This will increase the minimum wage to $9.25. That's about a $2 jump. And Senate Bill 2279, requiring welfare, SNAP, and temporary assistance recipients to pass a drug test in order to receive benefits. The House floor will vote on House Bill 1401, allowing firefighters and law enforcement officers the right to collectively bargain. Also, the following could be voted on today. House Bill 1200. This is going to study the office space utilized at the state capitol versus space leased outside of the capitol. And House Bill 1024. This will give money to various state agencies in need of more funding, mostly relating to the Dakota Access Pipeline protest.
Well, there's a bill that's been introduced in the state legislature that might lead to self-driving vehicles in North Dakota. House Bill 1202 proposes a nearly 300-mile stretch of Highway 83 be used for testing of autonomous vehicles. We want to know what you think. That's our Twitter poll for the day. Do you support testing self-driving vehicles in North Dakota? Here are some of the results we've had so far. It's a close one, Ray. I don't think I've seen one that close before. 42% yes, 43% no. So we'll have to wait and see, but you said you don't know if you'd feel comfortable with a vehicle just driving by you, no one behind the wheel?
I can't fall asleep, behind the wheel with no one holding the steering wheel. I don't trust technology that much. My iPhone even gives me trouble, so imagine a car.
Yeah, we should find out. Can we nap while the self-driving vehicle takes off? That's a good question.
Well, that's my biggest concern. So.
We're going to have to ask about that, Ray.
All right, we're getting our first official look at the all-female cast of Ocean's 8. I'm excited about this, Amber, because the movie will feature some of my favorite stars like Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, my favorite again, Rihanna, Helena Bonham Carter, Anne Hathaway, and Sarah Paulson. The women tried to pull off the perfect heist at New York City's star-studded annual Met Gala. Expect plenty of cameos. Maybe you'll see Amber when the film comes out in 2018.
I wish. I would love to be a part of that cast. That looks like so much fun. I mean, I keep mentioning, I was a big fan of the all-female Ghostbusters cast. Yeah. So this cast has a lot to live up to, Amber, but I think it's pretty cool. And Ray is really excited about Rihanna.
A lot of big names in there, only we have to wait till 2018.
Yeah, then they make us wait, of course. But we have to wait for everything. We have to wait for spring, Amber. You're making us wait.
The groundhog.
The groundhog.
Which is coming up, Groundhog's Day this Thursday. And it looks like We've got temperatures cooling off for that period. Right now we're mostly in the 20s, and this is the last warm day that we have for a while. We're just cooling off for the rest of the work week. Back to the teens, guys. It looks like that warm streak we've had for the past week, well, it looks like it's coming to an end.
Oh, we knew it would eventually, but I'm glad you reminded me about Groundhog's Day. That's coming up tomorrow, or 2 days.
But isn't it a shame that the heat wave we get, Amber, both Ambers, is 30 degrees or 29 degrees?
I'll take it. Anything above zero is a heat wave to me at this point.
I put the coat up. I put it in the closet. I said, we got 30 degrees.
Put the shorts on, it's
taking
30.
advantage of this.
Yeah, sounds
Flip-flops.
great. Oh, man. Well, we'll have more after the break. Stay tuned.
Good morning and welcome to Good Day Dakota on KX News.
Good morning. Welcome to Good Day Dakota. I'm Amber Schatz.
And I'm Tim Olson. Thanks for joining us. 76 pipeline protesters were arrested during another confrontation with law enforcement. The Morton County Sheriff's Department says protesters were attempting to set up a new camp across from their main camp. After officers told the protesters to leave, they started making arrests. The confrontation happened right outside the main protest camp near Cannonball, and there were a couple fires started on top of a hill as well. The Morton County Jail was full after the massive number of arrests, and the rest were transported elsewhere.
Back in August, several protesters were placed under arrest and have now been found guilty of their crimes in court. After 2 days of trial, a jury found 8 pipeline protesters guilty of disorderly conduct. One person was also found guilty of refusing to halt. All were arrested August 11th.
On to the legislature now. Members of the House voted 84-8 to prevent state agencies from filling vacant state government positions until the end of April. State officials say there are more than 600 state openings at the moment. The House also passed HB 1024. The vote was 90-1. The bill gives emergency funds to departments affected by ongoing DAPL protests. Representative Ron Gugasberg was the only nay vote there. In Senate, SB 2290 passed the body unanimously. That bill creates a commission on human trafficking.
Moving on now to Super Bowl Sunday, which is just days away.
That's right.
I'm excited about it. That's our Twitter poll for the day. What is your favorite part of the Super Bowl?
And you can see a lot of football fans taking part in the poll today because 45% of our viewers say the football game is the best part of the big game, followed not too far back by commercials. That makes sense, of course.
I'm almost surprised more people didn't say food or drinks, because that's kind of what I look forward to most.
That's true, and not a lot of folks looking forward to the Lady Gaga halftime show.
No, which, I mean, that's going to be entertaining if nothing else.
That's true. I'm sure about that now. Are you going for a team?
I'm going to cheer for Falcons. I'm kind of getting on that bandwagon. I know a lot of people are. You are too, right?
I am going to root for the Falcons. That's true. I just, the Patriots win so often.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it happen again.
I'm not sure if I'm cheering for the Falcons or just against the Patriots. That might be a little closer to reality.
I'm sure we're not alone there.
Something I would be cheering for is a little warmer weather, but unfortunately, Mr. Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow. So that means 6 more weeks of winter, as the legend has it. Here he is in Pennsylvania this morning. I'm not sure if he's excited or scared or just wants more food.
He looks pretty stoic about the decision here today. 6 more weeks, what can you do?
At least Punxsutawney Phil is well fed, is all I have to say. That is a big groundhog.
That's true. He doesn't look like he needs to eat anytime soon. Now, Amber, is it true? 6 more weeks? Is that what we should be looking forward to?
Well, you know, that looked like a pretty scientific report to me with the Punxsutawney Phil. But I can tell you right now, we live in North Dakota, so we get 6 weeks regardless. And it feels like winter right now with a lot of single digits on the either side of 0. We're keeping it cool today. And guys, it looks like we're not warming up today, but we may in the future. I'll let you know when coming up.
All right, I'm going to hold on to that. We may in the future because it is cold and windy out there.
That's right.
All right, well, stay tuned. We'll be right back.